remarkable performance. Thank you very much. I want to tell you that Marc obviously was playing the piano and Chris was playing the cello, but the person who was turning the pages was Chloe, who is Marc's mom.
Oh, wow.
So it's an all-family affair. Marc, how long did it take you to learn this piece, to play with your dad?
Just now?
Yeah.
Is that on?
I don't think this is working.
It took me about less than a week.
Less than a week?
Yeah.
Chris, how long did it take you to learn that?
Let's put it this way, more than 1 week. A long time. We first rehearsed this piece actually last Sunday. That was 6 days ago. Marc takes long trips, and when he's away, we talk about and plan what we are going to practice next. And this is the most difficult and challenging piece I've ever played. That's why I made so many mistakes.
Is it true that when you were practicing together, Marc got impatient with you and said, do you mind not making so many mistakes?
Yeah, it's tough to be dad. So in this case, when I come home from work, the real challenge starts at home, actually. My work is nothing compared to what happens at home. The pressure is very, very keen and intense because at work I tell the coworkers about accountability and responsibility. When I come home, Marc tells me to be accountable and responsible. And I cannot play the victimized role, and I have to pursue perfection, and mistakes are not tolerated. Even this morning, I want to play this piece like 20% speed slower, but he said no. So.
I must tell you that Chris is very modest. He is a practicing ophthalmologist and is a graduate of Caltech, and is just plays the cello for fun. But that was a very difficult piece. I look at the score and I'm intimidated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Julie, can you tell me a little more about the MacArthur Award? Tell us what it is and also how you were informed about winning it.
Well, the MacArthur Foundation, as Adeline had already mentioned, gives out fellowships each year. And I actually, Stuart Quo, who I had mentioned earlier, who is my boss also, received it a couple years before I did. And I think the important point, two important points about it. One is that we are the only nonprofit, non-educational institution to have more than one recipient. And I think that it says a great deal about us as Chinese Americans and as Asian Americans that an organization devoted to the issues that we work on has that distinction. But I will also say that I really agree with what Steve said about the award and about the work in general, that there is a great deal of hard work involved, but there's also timing and there's also luck. And I think that when I began this work, it was at a time in which there was a growing interest in issues involving low-income workers, and I happened to be the right place at the right time, that a big case involving the Thai garment workers, including Suchadal, who I'd mentioned earlier, were discovered, who were working behind barbed wire under armed guard in an apartment complex just 25 miles from here. And so it was the exposition of dramatic human rights abuses right here in our home country. And it allowed us to raise the issues in ways that I think another case may not have allowed. And so I think part of the work is just taking advantage of the right time and trying to do what you're passionate about doing in that situation. And so the MacArthur process is all very confidential. You don't know that you've been nominated, and you don't know that you're part of the process at all. And then somebody calls you out of the blue and tells you to sit down, and then tells you that you are the recipient of an award that has a $500,000 no strings attached cash grant attached to it.
There was a very funny article in the New York Times about the MacArthur Award. This guy who wrote it, his name is Jim Collins. He says, 2 years ago, I received a call. The person on the other end of the line asked if I was Jim Collins and if I was alone. For a moment, I thought I was receiving an obscene phone call. Then the caller told him that he had been selected as a MacArthur Fellow. So it was a very funny article. Steve, are there any unexpected uses of your invention that have happened that have surprised even you? I mean, as an inventor, are there any of those?
No, definitely. If you've been on YouTube, I'm sure you know what I mean. No, when we first really started this site, well, one, I think the fundamental shift was we thought it was going to be a site that was going to be used to share personal videos. You know, the stuff that originally it started at a dinner party. Chad and I, the other co-founder, we were sitting around and we were taking videos and photos, and we found out that, again, sharing photos is no problem. Videos was another matter. But and so as a part of that, the first videos that we uploaded to the site were more personal videos. Aside from just a dinner party, I was uploading videos of my pets, of my cats, which you can find if you go and look at my channel on YouTube. And Chad was uploading videos of his. He just had a newborn, and he was uploading the videos for his parents to see out on the East Coast. And we thought that was going to be more the case, where I know everybody that's going to actually watch the video that I upload. And as evident from what's on the site now, you'll see that it transformed into more of a place where all this great content that used to sort of forever be locked on people's cameras, forever locked on people's computers, content that the people wanted to watch, but there was just no mechanism of getting this out there. I think YouTube is the mechanism. It's everybody that has access to a computer, that has access to the internet, can view these videos. And so for the first time, you started seeing videos emerge from all parts of the world. Some of the stuff is, I think that the Gaia Strip withdrawal, the Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, the London bombing. Some of these events were, I think, the media companies come in, or news agencies come in after it happens, and they take these videos. But there's actually a lot of these videos on the site now where there are people that were personally affected by these events. That, there was one of somebody leaving New Orleans. They were driving out of New Orleans, and they just got out of their car and started taking a video of the hurricane right behind them and hitting New Orleans. And I think there's just very few, even if those videos existed, there was no way to get this stuff out there, right? And I think that YouTube, I think the other thing was with the politicians using YouTube for the first time. They can't be everywhere at once, and so with YouTube, it's a way to just getting that message out there and getting the truth out there, and then people can come in and watch it anytime they want. If they happen to have missed the debates, well, they can come in and watch the debates at a later point. And so I think really, I think that YouTube is seen and recognized as a place to be able to, if you have compelling content, somebody wants to watch this, and same as the reverse. If people want to see something, if they happen to have missed it on TV, if they happen to not have been living at wherever the event took place, they can actually go online, search for it, and watch it.
Mm-hmm.